Good morning. Can you please pass me your passport and I-20? Yes, officer. There you go. Ye kya hai? What are you wearing? Don't you know it's a US visa interview? Officer, it's a funny story. I was actually going to wear formals only, but what happened was my dog ate my formals, so I had to wear this. This is the only pair of clothes I had apart from that. Very funny story. Very funny story. Yes. You know I'm not going to approve your visa, right? So as you guys can see, it can be very troublesome if you don't know what to wear for your visa interview, and you can make pretty grave mistakes, due to which visa rejections can happen for the most part. The reason is that when you actually go in for the interview, right, the way you actually dress, it somehow shows, and even though it's not really what I would like to say, but it somehow does show how serious you are about what you're going to the US for. Could be a student visa, could be a work visa, could be even a business tourism visa, right? But at the same point in time, the clothes you're wearing does kind of give a reflection of who you are on the inside. Now, in most cases, that is fine. You should be comfortable in what you're wearing, and you should basically want to put on your skin what you're comfortable with. But on the day of the visa interview, we don't want to give the officer so many hints, right? So we're going to try to stick to the proven clothing that basically has worked well for the past, I would say 3,000 plus people that we have actually worked with. Every single one, I would say, they generally, almost always, at least, someone at some point in time during the service, they would ask, what kind of clothing should I wear? And that's something that we usually have to explain. So in this video, I'm going to actually tell you exactly what you can wear and exactly what you cannot wear. Let's start with the women first. That's a little bit more, I would say, interesting. I already have some pictures saved up. All right, I'll just show you some here. So you could wear something like this, Western, semi-formals, not exactly formals as well, but this is something that you would be comfortable wearing if you were essentially, going to work, we're going to a meeting essentially, this is something that you can wear and that would still be pretty damn formal. I mean, it's not exactly formal, but it's something that you can still wear in a semi-formal setting, right? You can go with something like this. On the other hand, what you can also do is a lot of, especially, Indian ladies like to ask us that, can I wear ethnic formals essentially, not exactly formals, but ethnic wear that Indian women like to wear. So something like this, absolutely, that's completely fine. You can go with that and that would still not be an issue. That's still pretty great. Or if you're going for an interview of the position of a manager, let's say, could be on an H-1B or usually not an H-1B, that these positions are usually L visa type positions if you're going for those positions. Or let's say still, if you would like to look formal, even if you are not someone who's going for a work visa, maybe even for a student, right? You would like to look a little bit more formal, then you can actually wear a suit, which still makes sense. That is completely okay. You're not overdressed, don't worry about it. And you can actually wear that during your visa interview as well. But what you should be avoiding are things like this. Don't try to wear a dress of this sort. I think that's pretty, I don't really need to point that out, but I think it's kind of funny. Sometimes I have to. So yeah, also avoid something like this. I mean, it's pretty great. It's pretty casual. So yeah, it's definitely not coming under semi-formals for me. And of course, not to say that you should definitely avoid this one. Don't make this mistake. If you're doing that, your visa is probably rejected and you're probably not going to get the visa, that's for sure. Alright, let's move on to the men's section, okay? Now this one is a little bit shorter, a little bit easier. Let's go over it quickly. You guys don't really have a lot of choice, so, we'll just go over that quickly. Of course, you could wear something like this, semi-formals. That's still fine in the case of guys as well. Pants, belt, and just a shirt on the top, that's still fine, and it still wouldn't cause any issues. Take a look at this one. This is very, very controversial because a lot of online guides and coaches and even people who do the visa processing, offline also, depends case to case, some of them would tell you that this is not okay. Let me tell you, this was the exact attire. I would think even the colors actually matched. This was the exact attire I was wearing on the day of my visa interview. I was going for an F-1 visa and I got it approved under 40 seconds. That's completely okay. You can go for something like this. It's fine. You don't have to stress on it. And I personally don't like to stress on, oh, you have to wear this, a little bit of that. As long as you're confident and you're wearing decent clothes, which, you can basically wear at a startup, essentially. You can basically wear this and go to a startup, right? That's still fine. You don't need to worry about it after that. And of course, for the managers or for the people who are essentially of the higher ranks, or even sometimes students also, they like to actually wear suits, right? So you can actually go with something like this, and that's still very well fine, doesn't matter. But yeah, certainly avoid something like this. This is not the idea that you want the visa officer to have when they are actually interviewing you. With ripped jeans and the t-shirt kind of looks pretty absurd as well. I mean, yeah, this would be actually great if you were going to a pool party or something, but don't wear this at the visa interview. Trust me, I'm trying to improve your chances. And finally, if you still need more help choosing your exact attire, what you can do is you can basically send me a photograph of it on Instagram, on my Instagram page right here. You can go ahead and do that, and I'll try my best to respond to every single one of you. And of course, if you're enrolled with us, by the way, already in either the visa application help or the US visa mock interview service, where we train you to give you all the answers and exactly what you have to say, which questions will be asked from you, all of that, we'll be actually happy if you could just send us that attire on WhatsApp itself, and we would be able to actually review it for you. So that is something that we can do as well. But again, like I said, it's a pretty simple process. I already gave you all the details in the video, so hopefully it should be a little bit easier from here on out. I hope that this helps, and I wish you all the very best for your visa interview. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.